is where you live.
Yes, actually, no, yeah, it does not snow here. So anyway, let's stop talking about the days of old. Let's start talking about this match. As ship number one is the Gizmo Duck, piloted by Spudnik. It is a galleon. On the short side, we have a Karawacha. On the long side, we have a lumber flak with a Hades and a flare. Ship number two is the Zetna Sandwich. It is a Watcha fish piloted by Water It's Me. It is a Watcha fish with a Gatling Caro side. Take it away.
On the blue team, that is Predator Island, we have the Greasy Dream, piloted by Mighty Keb. It is a squid with a gat on the front, a banshee on the right, and a merc on the back. We also have the Reborn, which is a Mobula piloted by Sunstrom, with a Hades on the top, two Artemis on the bottom, a flare on the left, and a gat on the right.
And let's talk about this for just a moment. With this blue side here, blue side being Predator Island. In the one match that they lost, Storm Riders basically took advantage of the Reborn. Actually, the Reborn was the primary target of the Storm Riders, basically feasting on them with Keb Squid doing all of the work, or almost all the work, on a double Mobula Storm Riders team. It was a very close match. However, they did target the Mobula first. Will that same strategy be employed here against the Predator Island, or will a different strategy be produced here? Some of the people who are in this match on the red side were watching that match. So
I
let's see what
personally
they.
think that the goldfish is meant to counter the squid, while the galleon is meant to counter the Mobula. At least that's the original plan.
It could be. It could be. We'll see how this plays out. But if it's anything like last time, the Greasy Dream is probably going to be looking at the Gizmo Duck here. Probably going to be keeping a very close eye on him. In fact, let's keep an eye on the Greasy Dream for right now. Let's follow his path. As the Mobula, actually, let's go back to ship number four, the Reborn. Reborn is engaging right now, trying to get the Greasy Dream a clean angle. The Reborn appears to be baiting shots from the Gizmo Duck. One thing to keep an eye on here, Gizmo Duck, leading up to this match, Gizmo Duck has been cleaning house with Lumberjacks. Spud side has been known in this specific tournament, SCS 113, for bringing the lumbers. In fact, outlumbering the lumber champs from last week, Clan, basically telling them to sit down. That was just painful to watch at times, as Gizmo Duck has been hull broken. And when I say sit down, I mean basically park their balloon and refuse to let them get up time and time and time again. It was a great strategy that they employed. Gizmo Duck probably going to look to do the same against the Reborn. The difference between that match and this match, however, is that in this match, the Reborn has I believe they have a Mercury in this match. No, they have a Hades and double art. So they have arts to counter the Lumberjack. They have something to disable guns here.
Reborn has changed their target to the Zetnas Sandwich, who are on the lookout trying to find with a Greasy Dream. Because if that Greasy Dream gets up behind them, it is going to be a bad time.
Reborn still looking to bait shots from the Gizmo Duck. Greasy Dream still looking for an opportunity to push in. They have not found that opportunity yet. Let's in fact take a look at it. Yeah, he's still staying put. He's not moving in, and in fact is moving away from the enemy. He has been spotted. So he's not going to get a clean entry. Looks like Zetnus is going to be the guardian, is going to guard the Gizmo Duck. He's going to be the escort. Meanwhile, it looks like Gizmo Duck and Reborn, it looks like Gizmo Duck is trying to pull a page out of Storm Rider's book from last match, trying to focus the Reborn here. That seems to be the game plan. If Greasy Dream cannot get in on the Gizmo Duck, I don't know who wins that engagement between Reborn and Gizmo Duck.
It depends on who hits the shots more.
And right
Of
now,
course.
if you look at the Reborn, Reborn is going to be a little bit outside of Artemis range. Not much outside of Artemis range, though. Artemis range, if I remember correctly, is 1337, so they need to be about 1 square closer. However, those Hades... Well, no, I was just going to say those Hades are reigning true, however, not so much. Of course, it is easier to hit a Hades on a Galleon than a Mobula. But when they hit the Mobula, it is devastating. Meanwhile, Greasy Dream has decided enough of this flank nonsense. They've decided to reposition with their Mobula. Blue unable to get a clean approach with their Squid. As there's a hull break on the Gizmo Duck. Reborn is winning this 1v1 right now. Zetna's Sandwich may not have a choice but to approach. In fact, they are approaching the Reborn. Shots go out on the Reborn. Only pick up... Oh, they do not pick up anything other than one gun. Meanwhile, the Gizmo Duck has been hull broken again. It looks like the Reborn is winning this 1v1 against the Gizmo Duck. That is exactly what they need. They need to isolate one of the ships, because right now they're not going to be able to do much with the Zetna Sandwich. They are not going to be able to get a clean look against the Galleon unless they get rid of the Zetna Sandwich, unless the Reborn 1v1s them. Reborn's balloon has been popped. And this is what Gizmo Duck is looking for. Get those balloon pops and take it nice and slow. And I've been told that apparently took advantage of is a bit more suggestive than it seemed from Storm Rider's perspective. We'll leave the rest of that comment alone, leave the rest of that thought alone as we continue with this match. No kills just yet, no permahull. Actually, no, there is permahull damage on the Gizmo Duck. He's down to about 55% permahull, but no kills just yet. All I can say is please no coin flip, please no coin flip, please no coin flip.
Which is exactly the opposite of what the Corpse Hatch from the Predator Island is hoping for.
As the Lumbers rain down once again, trying to pick up the Greasy Dreams balloon at this point. Watch the Reborn, though. Reborn's moving up. They're looking... Oh, this is good positioning right here by the Reborn. Looking to basically have enough maneuverability to block a Hwacha from the Zetna Sandwich. Actually, they're going for the Zetna Sandwich right now. Artemis is raining down on the Zetnus. Not really picking up the Hwacha, though. Greasy Dream finally getting a clean look on the Galleon. Now the action is finally underway. Zetnus is turning it on the Greasy Dream. Hwacha goes out missing wildly. However, the rest of that Hwacha lands true. Only one engine, though. I don't know, I would say that Hwacha came out a tiny bit early. Zetnus has been hull broken. Gets it back up, though. He only lost about 15-20% perma. I don't know at this point, if I'm Reborn, do you continue to go after the Gizmo Duck, or do you go for the Zetna Sandwich and try to 2-0 it right here? What do you do if you're Predator Island at this point? Looks like they're trying to make that decision as they're moving the Squid up. Hwacha landing a little wild right there. However, the Lumber does not go wild. The Lumber lands true on the Mobula, forcing the Squid back. They cannot engage at this point. Predator Island trying to play a very patient game. And rightfully so. They have won the game of patience right now if they keep it at range. Right now they are beating the Gizmo Duck. The Gizmo Duck is able to put a balloon pop on the Reborn. That's all they've really been able to do is get balloon pops on the Reborn and hold the Greasy Dream off. Beyond that, they have not been effective. The strategy is working, but they've not been able to pick up perma. They need to do something about that, as almost 10 minutes have gone by in this matchup with no kills on the board. This could be one of those matches where first kill will decide the match. As a reminder, the winner of this match moves on to the Grand Finals to face off Storm Riders. as we have representatives from Storm Riders apparently eagerly watching this matchup, waiting to see who wins. As the Lumberjack comes out, we have 10 minutes remaining in this match. Let's actually look at this from the Gizmo Duck's perspective as the Lumbers rain out. Actually, that was a flak that rained out right there. Zetna Sandwich looking to get some watches in there. Not very effective at this range, though. Zetnus has plenty of cover in those ribs. However, it looks like they've moved up successfully. Will they be trying to watch the Reborn? Yes, they are. Not sure if that's exactly what they're looking for, though. Not sure that's a great move as the Squid is thinking about coming in.
Yes, the Squid noticed that the Hwacha went off and is trying to take advantage of that reload to get their damage in.
Yes. I don't know if the threat of the Hwacha might have been the better call as opposed to actually launching the Hwacha. Getting the Squid moved up probably it might come back to haunt them. I don't know just yet, but the threat of the Hwacha is always the second most dangerous thing to the Squid. Of course, the most dangerous thing being Hwacha engines. Looks like Zetna's Sandwich is tired of waiting around pushing the Reborn back. And they do also push the Greasy Dream back as well. Looks like the Hwacha doing its job in that situation, so no harm, no foul for the Zetna Sandwich. Again, Predator Island trying to take its time, looking to figure out how do we crack this defense being put up by SMGS. How do you crack this defense? The key here might be a mistake from the Hwacha Fish, as the Greasy Dream is looking to potentially flank. He's going to hold position right over there. Looks like he's going to put some Banshees out. So it looks like he's going to go with sniping with the Banshee and being at least some help on the Gizmo Duck as opposed to sitting on the sidelines. Meanwhile, the Hwacha comes out from the Zetna Sandwich. Reborn again looking to bait here. Let's keep it on the Greasy Dream. Let's see what he's up to. He's looking to get... Oh, look at that. He's got a Merc going on against the Zetnus. This is a good game plan right here. Again, taking a very patient approach. I cannot stress enough that this approach may actually crack the Zetna Sandwich. It looks like Zetna Sandwich has been the redirected target here. He is hull broken here. This could be the mistake that they were looking for. Greasy Dream looking to move in. Are they moving in for the Galleon or are they moving in for the Goldfish? My guess is they're going to move in on the Galleon. They're going in very high. In fact, they are going for the Galleon. Zetna Sandwich is looking to turn around. This is finally time for the engagement. Greasy Dream has moved all in on the Galleon here. They have height on the Galleon. That's exactly what they're looking for. Zetna Sandwich forced to fall back and go for the Squid. That'll move the Reborn up. Squid moves back. They try to get their damage in. No hull break on the Gizmo Duck. However, they did pick up some perma on the Zetna Sandwich. Not a wasted push. However, they need to be very careful as the Reborn has been balloon broken. Greasy Dream looking to move up once again. Greasy Dream looking for cover here. They have the side of the Zetnus. However, they have the Hwacha side of the Gizmo Duck. No engines. Hull break on the Zetnus. They might finally have what they're looking for. Banshee's going out. There's a hull break on the Zetnus. Predator Island looking to Hydro here. Is that a Hydro? Yes, that is yes, that is a Hydro. By the Greasy Dream. Looks like they're going to redirect to the Gizmo Duck. Again, slow and steady by Predator Island. SMGS trying to counter, but they are completely playing reactively here. They are playing completely reactively against this this patient approach by the Predator Island. We basically have a situation here in which an aggressive control has been turned into a pure control Whereas, excuse me, yeah, let me start that over again. Where an aggressive control has been forced to go full control and controlled aggression, whereas the control side of Gizmo and Zetnus has turned into a pure reactive side. This is a bit awkward here for both sides, trying to get that one mistake to happen that's going to set up a kill. Again, Gizmo Duck trying to pop the balloon of the Reborn, unsuccessful in doing so. The Greasy Dream trying to get the Reborn to move up. Meanwhile, the Zetna Sandwich trying to put a watch out on the Reborn. Is this where the Greasy Dream moves in? Yes, this is where the Greasy Dream moves in. If I'm Predator Island right here, I'm just going in on the Zetna Sandwich. This is the time to go after him. This is the time to go for the Zetna Sandwich. I wouldn't even worry about the Galleon here. I'd be going for the Zetna Sandwich. He appears to be the weaker link here, as there's a hull break on the Zetna Sandwich. Hades comes out, picks up a little bit more perma. Zetna Sandwich trying desperately not to be the one kill in this match. First Blood will most likely win this match. Do not be surprised if this is a 2-0 for somebody or a 1-0 for somebody. In fact, if Predator Island wins, I would not be surprised if it's a 2-0. If it's the other side, if it's SMGS, I would not be surprised if it's a 1-0. However, they have not been able to really do much with that squid. There's been very little permahull damage on anyone on Predator Island. Very little, and the only one that's taken it is the squid. Let's move in on the Zetna Sandwich. I have a feeling if anyone goes down, it would most likely be the Zetna Sandwich. But let's keep it on the Greasy Dream. Greasy Dream's going to be the one that initiates the action, if anyone. Gizmo Duck, however, is moving up. It looks like they're done waiting around. Zetna Sandwich moving up. Could this be an aggressive play right here? On the Reborn? I don't like this move. I do not like this move. That is a huge mistake by the Zetnus. He goes down 1-0. Blue picks up first blood. I think that's a huge mistake. I think that's a huge tactical error by the SMGS. I do not like that call. Squid, meanwhile, has a clean entry to the Galleon. This should spell 2-0. In fact, there's a hull break on the Gizmo Duck, and 2-0 is imminent. There's the 2-0. That most likely will be enough to win the match for Blue.
That aggressive push from the Zetnus Sandwich was, I think,
that was a huge mistake.
thing that made the difference. They completely bared their side to the Greasy Dream, letting their Gatling go in, and then the killing power of the Reborn, with their two Artemises and Hades, plus the Banshee of the Greasy Dream was too much for that low amount of permahealth.
Yeah, that was a big mistake moving the Goldfish up there. They probably should have hung back, played a more patient game, tried to potentially force the Reborn up, and then maybe go for something there, but they pushed too soon, I think. They pushed way too soon. Again, the idea was fine. The timing, though, was just a bad decision at that point, and it will most likely cost them the match. On the bright side, yes. No coin flip.
Yes, right now it looks like the only choice the red team is going to really have is to rush in, make some sort of aggressive play, and then either hope that they get 2 kills, and then, well, they'd have to get another
They have to get a third, kills. Too. They have to force overtime first. That's number 1.
Yes. Well, they need to get a kill before forcing overtime. Otherwise, they'll kill both blue ships, and the blue ships will either not respawn or they'll respawn way too far away.
This is true. That will most likely not happen. We do have an active engagement going on. So overtime is likely. Let's actually look at this from the Gizmo Duck's perspective. as the Gizmo Duck is trying to put shots out on the Reborn, missing wildly, however. Now let's look at it from the Reborn's perspective. The Reborn trying to keep them pinned down. Remember, overtime will be called here. This is an active engagement. This is an active engagement, so it should be overtime. Alright, should have overtime here, 3 minutes. Yep, there it is. There's the call, overtime 3 minutes. As the Zetnus gets in a good look on the Reborn. Reborn losing 4 guns. Zetnus, however, eats a hull break. Couple Banshees go in there as well. Red really doesn't have much of a choice. They have to get aggressive, despite being a control build. This is going to be the match right here, though. Zetnus, almost down. Sliver of health. Not even a pixel of health on that bar. One hull break will end it. A single Gatling bullet will end it. And there it is. It's not official yet. However, you can go ahead and book it at this point. SMGS will be eliminated from SCS number 113. Predator Island will be moving on to the grand finals in a rematch of a second round matchup. We'll wait to talk about that at the conclusion of this matchup. However, it is guaranteed now that it will be Predator Island moving on. Watching Hwacha going out on the Gracie Dream. No engines were picked up. Gizmo Duck is hull broken.
Sandwich has spawned back in and are now burning their engines to get back into this. Just desperate for a kill.
Yeah, they have to. Won't really matter, though, as Gizmo Duck about to go down. Gizmo Duck down. Zetnus gets the Hwacha out in time to extend the overtime. However, resistance at this point is effectively futile. As the Hwacha comes out, it is 4-0 with overtime in play. You can pretty much call it a GG at this point. SMGS would literally have to pick up 5 kills in the span of about a minute. That's just not happening. Zetnus, meanwhile, is hull broken. There's hull broken once again, and that should do it. Even after the clutch hull rebuild, that'll do it. Just waiting on the official hull break and kill. There it is, and that should be the kill. There it is, 5-0 in favor of Predator Island. Predator Island is moving on to the grand finals, whereas SMGS has been eliminated from SCS number 113. They, however, did produce a fine showing here today.